Alright, UFC 232. Let's break this shit down. Let's break this card down, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even know where to start from. So I'm gonna kick things off with the preliminary card, which is taking place on Fox Sports 1. This is probably gonna be the official final Fox Sports 1 preliminary card. I'm breaking this down and I'm kicking things off with a legend and
Breaking news, the rematch of one of the greatest fights in UFC history, John Jones versus Alexander Gustafsson, is on.
BJ Penn, who is coming back to compete against Ryan Hall. BJ Penn, for those who don't remember, was a phenom, was a prodigy, one of the best jiu-jitsu practitioners out there. He was on a roll. He was one of the greatest lightweights at one point in his career. Since that point in his career, he's gone on to lose several fights, and he even lost a fight recently to Dennis Seaver, to one on which I felt like this was probably and should have been the last and final fight he should have competed in. And now he's competing against Ryan Hall, who is a leg lock practitioner specialist. This is going to be a battle of jiu-jitsu guys. Look, the best chance that BJ Penn's ever going to have to winning a fight is going to be this matchup against Ryan Hall. The worst chance that BJ Penn's ever going to have to ever winning a fight is going to be if Ryan Hall slips and falls on a mat as he's walking to the cage, I mean. BJ Penn's not winning this fight. I'm sorry to say this, he should have retired a long time ago. I don't want to hear that he's back to 100% and he's ready to go, and this is a new reinvigorated BJ Penn. That ship has long and sailed. It's past. BJ Penn has taken enough damage over his career. I surely hope this is his last fight, and if it is his last fight and he does go out and he does pick up a victory, please retire. I don't want to see you get hurt anymore. My pick in this fight is quite simple. It's Ryan Hall. I just don't see what BJ Penn's going to have to offer to a young up-and-comer in Ryan Hall. Moving on to this fight, we got ourselves Cat Zingano taking on Megan Anderson. First and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, Megan Anderson is a fucking beast. I know I said I wasn't going to swear, but she is a beast. She went to a unanimous decision against Holly Holm, in which she lost. Megan Anderson is a legitimate striker who is, quite honestly, probably the biggest threat to Chris Cyborg if they were to ever compete and when they were ever to compete. Cat Zingano is no slouch either. Her incredible wrestling and striking skills makes her dangerous to almost anybody in the entire division. She lost early on in her career to Ronda Rousey. She did go on a 3-fight losing streak, dealt with some injuries, but since then has picked up a victory over Marion Renault. Look, this is a great matchup between these two females that are looking to make a claim for the next shot at Chris Cyborg's championship belt. I'm picking Megan Anderson in this one. She's got a lot to prove this to go around, right? She's not taking on a likes of a Holly Holm who likes to use her footwork and movement. She's taking on a girl that's going to be coming straight at her and wanting to bang her, wanting to slug it out, wanting to take her to the ground. So she's going to be having a straight-on competition fight to one that fits and benefits Megan Anderson. My pick in this fight is Megan Anderson to win this one. Moving on, it's Andrei Arlovski, former UFC heavyweight champion, a guy who's also been in this sport for a long time. He's taken enough punishment over his career where he's another one of those guys where you feel he should retire at this point. He's riding a 2-fight losing streak. He's taken on the likes of a Walt Harris, and Walt Harris is another one of those guys who is no slouch either. He did lose to Fabricio Verdum, which a lot of people lose to Fabricio Verdum. He lost to the likes of a Mark Godbeer, however you say that, due to a DQ. He was DQ'd actually due to an illegal head kick. Other than that, he was probably winning that fight and would have won that fight until he illegally head kicked the guy in the face. Other than that, he picked up a victory over Daniel Spiltz. This guy's 11-7. He's taken on Andrei Arlovski, who's got a lot of fights under his belt, but he's also been through a lot in his career and taken a lot of damage. This is going to be the swan song for Andrei, I believe. And this is going to be the fight where Andrei picks up the victory, and he's going to have to probably consider, look, you can't go with the top guys in the division. If you're going to think you're going to defeat a guy like Stipe Miocic, that's crazy. Daniel Cormier, that's also insane. There's a Cain Velasquez, Francis Zingano, even a Alistair Overeem or a JDS. These are some top level guys who are going to put those hands on you, and his chin can't take it like it used to. So I do believe that Andrei Arlovski just has a lot more in his tool shed, and that will earn him the victory over Walt Harris. Now we're moving on to the main card. The main card kicks off with Chad Mendes returning. He's been out of the game for a while. He recently fought, I believe, not too long ago. He fought Miles Jury recently in 2018. Prior to that, he was suspended due to having an illegal substance in his inside him, basically, due to taking an illegal substance. He's taken on Alexander Volkanovski, who is riding an incredible win streak. This guy is 18-1. This is going to be Chad Mendes and Alexander's toughest test. I'm picking the wild card pick, and I actually do believe that Alexander will probably be the favorite in this fight. Chad Mendes has got that wrestling, he's got the power in his hands, but Alexander is just a different beast in its entirety. A pick on this one is going to be Alexander to defeat Chad Mendes. I just do not see Chad Mendes coming in here and having an easy go around against the likes of an Alexander. Outside of this, we have also got, we're moving on, we've got Leary Latifi taking on Corey Anderson. I'm going to have to quite simply put it this way. I do believe Leary Latifi has finally got his sway about him. He's got his movement. He's picking up the victories that he needs to pick up. Corey Anderson riding a huge victory. He defeated Glover Teixeira recently and also defeated Patrick Cummins. Corey Anderson, for those of you who don't know, is a legit level wrestler. He's got the power in both hands, and he's going to pose a problem to Leary Latifi, which is in the wrestling game, which is in the wrestling field. Leary Latifi is also riding a 2-fight winning streak. He defeated Tyson Pedro and OSPO, who was once a title contender, OSP. So, Leary Latifi, Corey Anderson, both these guys have been improving in their games. They recently had suffered some setbacks, but now both riding 2-fight win streaks. One of these guys is looking to move on in the light heavyweight division and stake a claim for the potential next opportunity at a championship belt. Who should win this fight? Should Corey Anderson? Pick Corey Anderson. Look, Leary Latifi is good. I love him. He was in a Swedish House Mafia music video, or it's actually a Steve Angelo music video. I love them than that. Very inspirational fighter, but Corey Anderson seems to have the bigger tool shed. Once again, going back to that tool shed, he seems he's going to have more to offer. So the pick is Corey Anderson. On this card, it is the always dangerous and always exciting Carlos Condit taking on Michael Chiesa. Carlos Condit has yet to win a fight in the last few years. To be quite honest, Carlos Condit is riding a 4-fight losing streak, which outside of his victory over Thiago Silva Alves, I mean, at this point he was riding a 5-fight losing streak. He's taking on a man in Michael Chiesa who is no slouch on the ground, something that is not Carlos Condit's biggest strength. He lost to Damian Maia due to being taken to the ground. He lost his previous opponent due to being taken to the ground. Michael Chiesa is going to be looking just for that. But Michael Chiesa is also riding a 2-fight losing streak, having lost to Anthony Pettis by armbar in July and having lost to Kevin Lee by submission. Those are 2 losses by submission, which is funny for me to say when this guy's supposed to be a submission specialist, and here he is being subbed. Look, Michael Chiesa, both riding a 2-fight losing streak. Carlos Condit riding a 4-fight losing streak, looking to turn his career around. I do think, look, it's going to be put this way. Carlos Condit most definitely in the back of his mind is thinking, if I lose to Michael Chiesa, this is my last fight, and that is the wrong kind of mindset to be having when you're competing in any sport, right? If you're already considering the possibility of retirement, I'm sorry to say that you're not walking in with the right mindset. Michael Chiesa is looking to prove something at this point because he's lost 2 fights in a row, 2 that he was very confident that he was going to pick up victories in. I'm going to go with a biased pick due to the fact that I'm going to lean towards where my heart is. I'm saying Carlos Condit picks up this victory. So out of all the picks that I've given you so far, if there's one that I would consider maybe reevaluating, it would be the Carlos Condit versus Michael Chiesa fight. I'm picking Carlos Condit due to the fact that I find that a 4-fight losing streak, if he's going to go out on a shield, he's going to go out with a victory, and this is going to be his fight to do it. This is probably his best opportunity at picking up a victory, and that's not saying that Michael Chiesa is a slouch, but just in the entire division. You will not have an easier opponent than the likes of a Michael Chiesa. So, Carlos Condit's my pick. Now we're moving on to the 2 big fights. We're moving on to the 2 title fights. It's actually, due to the fact that we ran out of time, I'm going to make this the round number 3. I'm going to break down the John Jones and Gustafsson fight, and I'm going to break down the Chris Cyborg and Amanda Nunes fight. I don't want to rush into this, so that's what round number 3 is going to be on. We're going to jump right into that right about now.